Okay, Scorpio and Cross Watchers, this is going into part 2 for Friday, November 27th, 2020. For those of you Scorpios that want to manifest a new soulmate and what to do about it, okay? So you go from the 5 to the 10. That's 5 levels up, you guys. Because after the 10 of Cups comes the Ace of Cups. So there's a rhythm, a cycle, and a flow that is going on here. Once you get out of your grief and you cut ties, and remember, cutting ties and cutting the cords is really about, between you and that person, it's about cutting off the ties of pain. The things that are keeping you sucked into this person's lower vibrational frequencies, or what they failed to level up to that brought you the heartbreak. And a lot of this heartbreak between you and your person, it had to do with the outside forces, the outside influences that shifted your person's mental mind perspective, whether they were consciously aware of it or not. So, again, if it was like family members and stuff that were getting in the way of your relationship and all of this, and it's not to say that your person's, like, all of their family members are toxic. No, but there might be those few specific family members that would always meddle or intrude or make you feel like your relationship wasn't going anywhere, or you had clingy potential future mother-in-laws and father-in-laws that, were clinging on to their son or their daughter, or they have narcissistic, sisters and brothers, or passive aggressive and whatever else, okay? It didn't help. That's the problem. These outside forces, outside influences with these other people that were in and around your relationship that also influenced your person to make the decisions that they did, the energy was so heavy, it was toxic, that you didn't end up getting the support that you needed for two people to rise and elevate. You know what I'm saying? To elevate the relationship to the next level. And a lot of it, some of your partners might have had a fear, of commitment. Some of them do, some of them don't. A lot of men are going to admit, well, I'm not fearful of a relationship, and I'm not fearful of getting married and all of this, etc. Some of them are. And some of them are not, okay? It's just whatever they were dealing with was the blockage. If it was a third-party situation, or they had a clingy-ass mother, and, the sisters and the brothers, and they just... And some of it had to do with some of you guys that are dealing with past partners that had drug addictions, sex addictions, going through divorce situations, and your person getting overwhelmed and them not getting mentally grounded. That's the reason why the relationships were failing. It's because the power of the negative forces that were the lower vibrational frequencies that were downgrading your relationship, and this is the reason why your relationship couldn't thrive. And it got exhausting, it got tiring, because some of you guys were in relationships for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and you never saw a ring on it. Even longer for some of you. And some of you guys might have gotten married, okay? But the marriage was failing because there could have been exhaustion. Somebody's spouse could have been working too much, or, and somebody was trying to be more of the provider and, having to work constantly. And then you have kids, and, it's a whole conglomeration of things, but that influenced your person to make certain choices, or if they cheated on you or whatever. So for those of you, again, who are wanting to manifest a healthier relationship, it's here for you. Your trusted ancestors are right here, the central focus, to say, guess what? We do have somebody better for you. Somebody who is going to meet and match your needs and your emotional needs. Not just financially, emotionally. You know, because you guys, when we're feeling good about ourselves, that energy radiates off of us, and it's like shooting out a rubber band, you know, to basically, in a sense, hit your target, and your person picks up on that frequency, and it makes, if you're in a good mood, your person's going to be in a good mood. You know, and again, it's the mirroring effect. So yeah, you guys, a lot of you guys have the ability to manifest a new soulmate and have this over the rainbow moment. And for those of you that want children, it's here for you. So your mindset, you know, when you do that negative self-talk, okay, you guys have got to be really careful of your thoughts. Start researching, go online and start learning about your subconscious mind and how it works and how it dictates your outcomes. Because that, your subconscious mind, is what is going to make or break you. Because a lot of you guys have to reprogram yourselves. You have to reprogram yourselves from old patterns and old ways of thinking, and getting yourself out of the mentality of the flashbacks, the negative flashbacks of the negative things that your person was doing to you, and how you were receiving that energy and how it affected you emotionally. Some of you guys might even want to consider, you know, hypnosis. Maybe going to a hypnotherapist to get your mind corrected. Okay? But you guys, remember, the power is within you. You can reprogram on your own. Okay? And and maybe some of you guys don't have the money to go to a hypnotherapist, but you can research that online too. How to retrain your brain. Because a lot of you guys are spiritual. And why would I say that? You guys wouldn't be coming to get a reading if you didn't think that there was something more to life, or something more beyond this earthly plane. And a lot of it has to do with your spirituality and the way that you were raised, and how you feel about the universe, and how you feel about God and the goddess, and how you feel about what is on the other side. A lot of you know that there is more to life than just what you are seeing on the surface. And I know sometimes you guys probably look at other couples and they're blasting out their relationships. Oh, we're so happy and all this. Are they really? Are they really? Can't believe everything that you see on social media with your friends or family, and thinking that, you know, they're having the good life. Some of them are, but not a good. I'm seeing the Spirit's showing me 80% of them are not happy. Their sex life is going down the tubes. They're stressed out with the kids beyond measure, or, you know, they're projecting all of their successes out there, which is a little bit of gloating, okay? You know, because you shouldn't, honestly, you guys, you shouldn't show everybody all of your successes. And here's the reason why. It's called the evil eye, okay? Not everybody is positive. Not everybody is going to think the same way as you. Sometimes it's better to keep your relationships private. Show a little this and that every now and then, okay? But not your whole entire life. Not your whole entire life, because power of your thoughts, you guys, you know, and people think, you know, that they're sending them negative workings and all of this, and people can create disruption in your relationship with their thoughts, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. They're not even consciously aware, because they're not spiritually awakened. They're not spiritually awakened to how their thoughts are and how they're manifesting. You guys are highly spiritually protected. You've got your ancestors, your trusted ancestors that are trying to help you guys get into healthier relationships that are going to bring you this overwhelming sense of joy and feeling emotional security. It's already there. This scenario is already happening in the parallel universe. What you guys are trying to do is draw this energy down from the 5D to the 3D so that it becomes a tangible, physical reality. I manifested the last person I was with for 4.5 years. I wasn't specifically asking for this person that I had, recently been in a partnership with for 5 years. And I was just calling on the good Lord above to be like, I was clearly stating with my words, because I had so much emotion. Remember, emotions are your fuel and your gasoline to give those intentions life force. Every word, every letter that comes out of your mouth is a sound, a vibration, a frequency, and has a numerical value. Every letter has a number value. When you create those sentences, okay, and I put all that intention, I put all that, what I wanted from a soulmate. I was single for 10 years, you guys, and I had all of these potential suitors that were coming out of the woodwork, but they weren't real. They weren't upstanding. They weren't a person of their word, or they weren't giving me the commitment that I was seeking. And it was getting really irritating. It was getting really frustrating. So one day I just got so fed up, all right? I got so fed up. I was by myself and I manifested. I was like, universe, bring somebody to me that knows me, understands me, wants to be with me, blah, 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 blah. 3 weeks later, somebody from my past comes back, somebody I knew from childhood, and it was like, boom, whirlwind of energy. But then our storyline, it flowed the way it needed to, but then there were disruptions. And that's when I started to realize I really needed to manifest not just the type of person, but I should have been more consciously aware what kind of family I wanted this person to come from, or, particular family members. That's why I said, you guys, it's so important to manifest how you want, if this person has a mother and a father, how do you want the in-laws to treat you? It's not just about them treating you good. What kind of character, what kind of body language, what kind of attitude do you want them to have towards you? Because God forbid you have a future mother-in-law that tries to break you up because they might be jealous of you, or they're clingy, they latch onto their son or daughter, etc. That's the reason why the world is your oyster, the universe is your catalog, and you gotta get specific, because you're meant to have this over-the-rainbow moment. This is where it's at. It's right there. A lot of emotion, emotional joy.